Hello, beautiful friends, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm on my phone, so hopefully the setup is all good and it stays up straight. We are in a very intense time right now. I'm sure you are feeling the energies of it. What I got this morning was there is a meeting going on between very highly evolved beings like Isis and Osiris and all the Egyptian gods and goddesses, the Hindu gods and goddesses. Like, I saw everybody there this morning, and galactic leaders in this very sacred space in time and space. That was just such a heavenly vision of them all around, and they asked me to be of witness to the meeting. So I was there, and basically what I wrote some stuff down, but I got that we are coming upon a time of, like, I feel like we've always had two choices, but now it's like really the choices are being laid out for us. Like, you're gonna either, in my perception, choose to go the way of the light, healing, health, new world, opening your mind, allowing yourself to live in a higher vibrational state, or you can stay stuck and stagnant in this, what I perceive to be like this slave mentality of like work and you die and all this stuff. So it's like people are really being served with like a choice of light or dark right now, and it's really up to us to make that choice internally. It's not anything that is going to happen outside. It's internally what you choose, and either choice is completely up to you and your soul. We just need to make sure that you are aware enough and your mind is thinking enough to know, yes, I'm choosing this way, or yes, I'm choosing that way. And being able to understand what you're choosing when you choose the path of what I perceive to be light, and that is the path of healing, the path of abundance, the path of love, the path of joy, the path of uncovering really truly the essence of who you are, or staying stuck and stagnant, continuing to live your life, continuing to do everything you're doing. And it's not like a lot of things are going to just completely shift and change overnight. It will be a progressive process. So many people have already been on this progressive process for years, 10s, 20 years, 5 years, 7 years, like whatever it is. And for those that don't even know about the choice that they need to make, we need to make it apparent to them that, like, hey, yeah, there is healing for you. There is help for you. You don't have to live in depression. You don't have to live in addiction. You don't have to live with, all of this terrible, like, weight and energy sitting on top of you, just weighing you down and harming and continuing the cycle of trauma and continuing the cycle of pain. Like, you don't have to live that way anymore. And there is help, and there is options out there and within you that can help you get out of that situation. And what more can you want on this planet than to be free and to wake up and be happy, And is it a process? Of course, but at least people will know that they actually have a choice. And if I had any advice to give anybody, I would say stay with the light. Go with the light. So we're going to do this healing. I've been wearing rhodochrosite for probably the past 2 weeks. This very long necklace, but I feel like it has been helping me process a lot of stuff. I feel like we are purging a lot more stuff, specifically things with a veil of resurrection being lifted off of us. Even though I've done a lot of work with the resurrection and a lot of healing around that, I feel like humanity itself is going through some sort of a release in their body, with the physical body, and the mind. So so I've been wearing a lot of rhodochrosite. It helps with forgiveness, bringing in those loving, good vibes. Always have my amethyst from Israel. And then amethyst and kyanite will be present here. And then I've got my beautiful selenite. And the blue, I can never, cabochon, yeah, that word. I love this guy. Oh no, it's blue apatite. I'm sorry. I don't know why I was trying to say cabochon. Blue apatite. I may not even be saying that right, but this is probably one of my favorite stones. This helps with like clarity and knowing where you're going and where you're at, just bringing in that clear vision of the future, clear vision of what you're trying to create. So all of this is kind of hanging around me for like the last week. It's either in my pockets or I'm wearing it. So I would, if I were you guys, just kind of adorn yourself with these beautiful jewels, these beautiful crystals. Like, adorn yourself. You are a sacred being. You deserve to be wrapped in these sacred energies, in these sacred, beautiful things. Like, I love wearing crystals on me constantly, and I love adorning myself with these beautiful crystals from the earth. If you go back and look at the sacred times, this is what they wore, this is what they had. Of course they had gold and diamonds and all the things, but I mean, if you think about it, this is what I don't know why the word adorn keeps coming up, but it seems like a very sacred word that I want to share. So if I were you guys, I would be getting up every day and, getting dressed and allowing yourselves to feel beautiful and to feel, feel good. If we just stay in our tights all day and our sweatpants or our workout clothes, yeah, that's great. But man, when you get up and you brush your hair like I did today for you guys and you put on clothes, it uplifts your mood. Even if you're sitting at home working, like, it still helps you so much to just like kind of feel good about yourself. You walk by the mirror and you're like, oh, hey, and like it just can help your mood in so many ways. That's why, even though I don't work with people every day, I still get up and get dressed and all that stuff. So all right, well, let us just get into that. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I hope everybody out there is doing well. It has been quite the week for me, and I haven't even seen clients this week. I've just been kind of in and out of consciousness. I feel like, if you know what I mean, like kind of in and out of dimensions, in and out of here, not really here. I've just been doing a lot of work out there, and it's very hard to be here when I am needed out there, and it's very intense work out there, and there is a lot going on right now. So if you are feeling tired, if you're feeling worn down and you don't know why, if you are even feeling sick, or if you have a headache, you probably need to hydrate. But you also need to realize that, like, your soul, your energy is like doing so much that we don't even, because nobody talks about it. If the news people would understand and like give it out to the world and say, hey, yeah, this is what's going on, but they don't. They just feed you fear. But like, we need somebody like announcing this stuff, like, hey, if you're feeling low, if you're hurting, if your head's hurting, if you're feeling emotionally drained, like, it is okay. You're not in depression, you're not in anxiety, you're not sick right now. You are processing a lot of energies that are coming in. So all you need to do is take care of yourself, take a bath, drink a lot of water, eat a lot of good food, help yourself, be gentle with yourself, play with your dog, play with your cat, play outside, like walk, go move your body, go move this energy up and out. It's like, it's all just, it can be a lot on us, and especially if you don't know what is going on. So, all right, here we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful friends. So I know a lot of you were asking me about doing a healing a session in regards to addiction. So that is my background. That is what I come from. That is my past in this lifetime. And addiction is something that I know inside and out. And so, and I've come out on the other side. And please know that anybody that calls that a disease, it is curable. It is absolutely curable. I would not consider myself an addict today. And I went through 20 years of addiction from the time I was a child. And I would not consider myself an addict today. Cravings do go away. That life does go away. Your mind does heal. Your body does heal. I smoked cigarettes every single day for 20 years, every day, constantly. I mean, like, not even 5 minutes apart. I'd be out there, you know, just horrible, because I was addicted. But my lungs have completely healed. My mind has completely healed. My body has completely healed. And please know that you can too. It's not just me, it's you. We can all do this. So in this session, we are going to break the chains of addictions. All addictions, any addictions, sexual addictions, gambling addictions, partnership addictions, needing somebody, constantly needing somebody, obviously drugs, prescription drugs, alcohol, vape, God, any kind of addiction that you are struggling with. Shopping addiction, oh my gosh, we have to be so careful with that. I wish I had a car addiction. I could buy a lot of cars, because I would, but that would be my most favorite addiction. But let's just release all addictions, release all traumas that created, in some ways, those addictions, because all addiction comes from you trying to escape your pain, trying to escape your mind, trying to escape. That is what addiction it was for me, as I just wanted the memories of my childhood to stop. I wanted to do anything to make them stop. I didn't want to think about what had been done to me. I wanted to completely eradicate those memories. And so I would dump so many drugs into my body every single day. It was horrible. I probably took enough to kill a freaking horse every single day, but it never killed me. And I would get so angry by the end of the night. I'm like, why can't I just die? And sorry to be so intense about it, but that's addiction. So let's get into it. And this is going to be a sacred healing to release any and all addictions out of your mind, body, and spirit. Lay yourselves down and let us begin. So we're just going to begin by taking your grounding cord and just flowing it out of your root and out of the soles of your feet and down deep into the earth. And just keep flowing your energy further and further, deeper and deeper down into the earth, until you reach the center of the earth, where there is this great central sun, this beautiful golden sphere of energy. And take your grounding cord and wrap it around her 3 times. And as you do that, go ahead and plug into that sacred energy. And as you plug into that sacred energy, her energy is going to begin to flow back up through your cords, and back up through all of the layers of the earth, and back up into the soles of your feet, and into your ankles and your calves, into your knees and your thighs, into your root, and into your sacral, and into your solar plexus, and into your heart, and into your throat, and into your facial chakras and your pineal gland, or your third eye, and into your crown. And just allow each of your chakras to open. And as they open and expand, they're going to begin to release and transmute all of those traumas, all of that energy, all of that pain out of your body. All of those memories that are coming up for you right now, just release watch it just like it's clouds floating by. Just allow the memories to come up and come in. Kind of like swiping it, just like you do on social media. Just boop, boop, bye, bye, bye. No need to attach to the memory. You're not there anymore. You're big now. You get to protect you now, no matter what happened to you when you were a child or a teenager or an adult, whatever that pain was, whatever that is. If you're ready to release it, just allow these beautiful sacred energies to come in and lovingly hand them over. Just hand them over. It can be suitcases full of trauma. It can be one trauma. It can be 5 traumas. Whatever it is, just scoop it all up and just hand it right to me, right into the palms of my hands, and just release out of your heart, out of your mind, out of your body, and out of your soul. I am seeing a lot of sexual abuse from a lot of people, and I know this is such a common thing for so many people, especially as children, which is so sick, but it's just what it is. So many of us had to go through that, deal with that, and we're here, and we're here to shift and transmute those energies and to be a bright light for those coming after us. All right, let us begin. Gelai olai at the esanimia piarukunomodai, Saturday, loyat or esecutio yatakanamodai, Senimia piarukonomoe, alai, or jeshinu, Gelai irakunamai, Asadilai, olai at the esanamodai. Just going to begin to clear out your root. Kind of going to start from the bottom here. Just begin to clear that out of the root. And if you're a female, you're just going to clear out any energies within that area where you have been wronged, or you have been taken advantage of in any way. Just clearing all of that energy out. And for the males as well, where you have been taken advantage of in any way, just clearing that energy out, because it is not just one gender, it can be both. Females can take advantage of men just like men can take advantage of women. Women can use men just like men can use women, and I think we've all experienced it, and we just have to know better, do better, and move on. I guess us knowing better is us doing better and not allowing people to come in and really take advantage of us, and us knowing what that looks like. What does that look like when somebody is taking advantage of you, love bombing you, being nice to you just so they can get something from you sexually? It's okay to make them work a little bit. It's okay to wait. It's okay to see if they are serious or not. You don't have to just appease them, whoever that connection is coming in. You can wait and tell them that you're waiting. Hey, I want to know that this is serious. I want to know that you are serious about me, instead of just wham bam, thank you ma'am. I think we all think, oh, I just want to have sex and just be free and just do what I want. But those interactions with people are connecting with that person on an energetic level, and you just don't know what you're doing when it comes to people. And it's just something sacred. Sex is very sacred. It holds a lot of potent energy. A lot of power comes from sex if you are doing it in alignment. if you're just spreading your seed, and as far as men go, just spreading your seed, and women just allowing all of that to just flow out of you, it's almost like you're releasing your energy out, and it's kind of pointless and useless, and you're exerting yourself when it's not necessary, and you're leaving yourself in a state of, what's the word? I'm getting the word like lack, in the state of lack when you are, because you're not being filled up. The person that you're with is not truly taking care of you and loving you and honoring you. It's just purely pleasure. And we have to learn not to just want to satisfy the body constantly. You know, that was one of the things I had to learn in my addiction or in my sobriety, I suppose, was the body wants what the body wants. And when you're addicted to drugs, your body wants those drugs. And if you're addicted to sex, your body wants that male or female. And it's almost like you'll do anything, to get the drugs in you, or anything to get that girl or that boy or whatever it is, or the money to gamble. I have the experience with the drugs, so I know that yearning, I know that energy of needing that to satisfy the body. And so I was very strict on myself when I was in sobriety, especially in the beginning. Every time my body wanted the drugs, or my body wanted a cigarette, or my body wanted food that would hurt me, it was like I would sit with myself and I'm like, no. And sometimes I couldn't sit with myself. Sometimes I had to lay down and like clench my pillow because my body wanted it so badly that I was like, we're not doing this. It's a complete retraining of the mind and of the body. But if you starve, not food wise, but if you starve the body of the drug, of the sex, of the this, and I guess starve may not be the best word, but if you stop feeding the body these things, the body will catch up. The body will stop. The body will fall into alignment with you once you stop feeding it. It's like you have to go be abstinent, and you have to stop the drugs, and you have to, not keep using, which is the hardest part for people. Like, I know it. I had to go to jail. I had to go to jail, and I had to go to rehab, and I had to be in that environment where I couldn't get a hold of anything. Is the mind is, I'm telling you, the body is loud when it wants something. And if the mind is not strong, or if the mind is strong, because I believe my mind was strong in my addiction, wanting to use. So it's like, but when I switched it and I was like, okay, I want to be sober, it was like I had to push and fight for that sobriety. And it is a struggle, and it is a fight to be sober. And so it's important to recognize how powerful our minds and our bodies are working together. And I can attest to that even 12 years later, from the time I first stopped using, that I have to be consciously aware in regards to, I guess not so much now, but food. When I worked at the hospital, I had to deal with a lot of food. So it was like, when my boss would upset me, or when I would get upset at work, where did I go? I went straight for the cookies. I was like, what am I doing? I don't even eat this stuff. But it was available, it was right there, and I was triggered. And I had to relearn how to deal with very difficult people at that job, and relearn how to be okay with being upset and learn how to control my emotions in a more acceptable way versus me just running to cookies. Because these people, I mean, I honor them now because they worked me hard. The way that they treated me, the way that the triggering that they provoked from me, oh my gosh, I honor them to this day, because I would not have learned those great lessons. So I do not want to be friends with these people, but I do honor them at this point in my life. So I'm just up in the sacral. And excuse me for talking the whole time, but it's coming up, so it's necessary, I suppose. Gulai alai at the esinima piera konoma adai. Salai ayera kinamai piete esini. Golai abute esinimi piera konoma adai. I am seeing what looks to me like what seems to me like must be a man's bed, but he's looking over at a female, like kind of tucked away in his bed. Right now, she has like dirty blonde hair. Not dirty hair, dirty blonde hair. And she's kind of like tucked away in the covers, and he's kind of looking at her in regret. Like, what am I doing? So if that's you, I am just sending you so much love and just helping to clear out your sacral, because that's where it's sitting, in your sacral for you. Alai oyata osinima pero kanama adai. Selai olai kate osinima pero kanama adai. Salai alai oyat osinima pero kanama adai. Senalai alai oyate osinima erikirama adai. Golai ayete kanama adai. Just gonna call in this sacred energy, this rose energy, into your sacral now. Golai alai opete osinima pero kanama adai. Shede balai oyete asanimi apira konama ade. Keto ayalai olai oyete asanimi apira konama ade. Kulai olai oyete asanimo apira konama ade. Shede baloi alai oyete asani iyo konama ade. Kuloi aloi ayera kinemi ayeshanimo ayera konama ade. Yeah, I am seeing him like wanting to make the right decision, but also feeling like what's the point? And yeah, it's like when you're in a connection or you're having these like connections with people, it's kind of like one of those things where, you know, if you are not in it to I guess really like if the other person is not like aware that you are just playing with them and you're just having fun, and they believe that you are like really into them and like connecting with them and like falling for them, it's really not a good idea to do that to people. And I don't know why this is about relationships. It was supposed to be about addiction, but maybe this is coming up for some reason. But yeah, if you are connecting with a person, you're just having sex, you're just having fun, and in your mind you're just having fun, you need to let that person know, because that is like, that just creates a cycle of karma that you are just toying with people's emotions, and that is not healthy for you or that person. That like hurts people so badly, especially if they are like really connecting with you and loving you and into you, and you're just like, you don't even feel anything, or your heart's so shut off that you can't feel anything. It's just not, it's just best to be as honest as possible with people and let them decide, you know, if they want to continue to be with you, continue playing with you, you know, because some people can't just play. Some people don't just play. If you get into a connection with somebody that is like, that doesn't play like that, it's not good to toy with their emotions, you know? Gelai ayete esunimi piero kanama ade, sinimi polai era kanama ade, Just going to move up into the solar plexus. Just begin to clear out these childhood wounds. Galai oyete isunuma pirokonamae. Salai alai kuyete ayarakonamade. Sinimi pirokonamae. Goloi alai ate isunimi pirokonamade. Shete balai oyete isuni uyarakonamade. Shete bigiroi erekinamae. Balai kata ayarakonamade. Kudu esenimoi era ira kinemi apira esenimi ira kanamade. Just clearing out a lot of that childhood trauma. Girai alai ata asenimoi alai ate eseni ira kanamade. Salai alai uyate esenimi apira kanamade. We're just gonna come up into the heart now. I'm just going to call on this sacred violet flame to begin to flow into your hearts. And as this violet flame begins to flow into your sacred hearts, it's going to begin to cleanse, clear, neutralize any and all traumas, pains, any old relationships, any addictions. Just releasing mother and father wounds. Salai alai kete asanimi piro konomade. Kidwira kanai, sidelai alai oyete esanimi piro konomade. Lai oyede kanamai. And as that violet flame just begins to flow into the heart, it's like crystallizing your heart. Looks like a very sacred, like this beautiful amethyst right in the middle of your heart. It's just very, very shiny and very beautiful. That's what they're showing me. So maybe you could get some amethyst and sit it on your heart and just hold it there. Alai oyata alai irakanamade sidimon pirakanamai alai uyirakanamade. Gudia la irakanamade. Sorry, I see a little bulldog outside my window. He's so cute. Kalai aloi uyata isinumai. Kalai uyata asinumo pura irakanamade. Sidilai oyalai uyata isinume kurakanamade. Just bringing this energy up into the throat now. Sidalai oya yala oyera kini uchinimoi olai at the isigenoi irakanamade. I'm seeing a lot of Chinese symbols coming into your throats right now. Looks like a Chinese symbol. What they're showing me is like Chinese symbol of love, of peace, and then I see the symbol for joy. Aloi, ayede e yerakanamodai, asadabalai, oyeta esini, oyerakanamoi. Kadai alai ayete sidi yori yerakanamai, kada alai, oyete esinimi, puro kanamodai. Sedalai, alai, oyete esini, oyerakanamodai. Senimi apierekonai, alai yete esini, oyerakanamodai. Kolai aira kanamai asini ubiyati sinumo kuro ira kanamade. Just gonna flow sacred. Looks to me like this green energy into your throat. Looks like a green flame. Aloi ata asini mai ala keti asini o ira kanamai asini. Galai oyete sunyamai. Sitabalai alai. Sorry, I've got this download coming in to your throats right now. It's interesting. I'm seeing like a Chinese manuscript. I have no idea what that even means. And then I'm also seeing the Declaration of Independence on a scroll, like on a scroll. right next to it. So no clue as to what that means. Maybe you guys know, but Chinese manuscript and Declaration of Independence. Aloi kati usini mea piero kana made. Selai oloi oyara kinamoi oya sini oyara kinamai. Kulai lai ate eseni mo poloi ati eseni oyara kinamodai. Shiti lai kuyute eseni mo puere kanamodai. Selai oitai li urchinimo irakinamodai. Sulai aloika ira kanamodai. Sedeloi oya eseni mo poloi ati eseni modai. Kilai kete eseni mea. Belai ukia aya shini mai lo ia te asenyo da ia lo ka ia mo day. I am seeing what looks to me like a Chinese royal man. He's like dressed to the dressed in a royal attire. And just trying to see what's going down here. I do just say he's blessing us and honoring us. I do just hear stepping into your light is very important right now. Staying close to the light, staying close to that source light, keeping yourselves focused on things of a higher vibration, keeping yourselves what I perceive to be that God force, God source. I keep my mind, I try throughout the day to keep my mind focused on that God source. Trust me, I'm not perfect, but keeping my mind focused. And sometimes, like this morning, when I was getting ready, I just hit my knees and I fall to my knees and am just in full on gratitude, because we have to humble ourselves and allow ourselves to call in that great and mighty, powerful energy to bring justice to our lives, bring justice to this world, bring justice to all that is happening right now. I call upon that source, God, creator, because that is my protector. That is my love. That is who flows through me and through you. And I ask that sacred energy to surround us all, to surround this earth, and to right our wrongs, to bring in these sacred energies for us to find peace in our hearts. Too long have we sat in depression, addiction, anxiety for what is being done to us. And so now we have to really step into our light and say no more. No more. Like, I'm in the no more energy. I'm saying yes to all that is good. Yes to that source, God, creator. Yes, show me my abundant life. Go before me and lay it out for me and let me walk the path with you. That is what my mindset is. I don't attach to all this craziness that is going on around us. And yes, I see it. And yes, I call in that sacred energy to, like I said, bring justice to our planet, bring justice to what is being done to humanity, to the kids, to this and that, and keeping our minds focused on the light, though, is very important. But sometimes I'll go into these trances with that God source of, show us your strength. Show us your strength. All of you, show us your power on this earth. We are human, even though we are so much more than that. But we are limited in some ways on this planet, not out there, on this planet. So I call them in. Show us your strength. Show us your power. Show us who you are. Show us your might. And I would ask that you guys do that as well, calling in your guides, calling in the archangels, whoever you work with that is of the light and of the highest good. Call them in every morning. We need them to be here and to be of service. They're here ready to help you in your life if you only acknowledge them. And even if you don't see them, I didn't see any of them when I first started. I never saw Jesus or God or any of these beings when I first started working with everybody, but as I have continued to know that they are there, and as your energy continues to grow and expand and you become this more of this light body, your eyes will begin to see more and more and more until you're like, there you are. So it's like a continual process to continue working, and staying in the light is important. I feel like in these times, humbling yourselves, knowing that you can't do this by yourself, knowing that you need community, knowing that we need each other, knowing that we need that. I think religion has put such a bad taste in everybody's mouth that this is not about religion. What is going on with this meeting out there has nothing to do with religion. And I heard them saying, we do not care what you call us. We do not care if you only want to focus on Jesus. We're here with Jesus. We're here with all of these beings. So if you're Hindu, if you're Egyptian, if you are Christian, if you are a Jew, if you are this, if you are that, like whatever it is, it doesn't matter, because they're all backing everything. So call it whatever you want. Call it God, call it Jesus, call it whatever you want. It's the same energy that is loving you, that has no judgments towards you or for you. It's not ready to condemn you to some place called hell. It's not. It's just here to support you and love you. So whatever you call it, whatever you perceive it to be, call on it. Let yourself open up to it. Let it love you. I didn't love me in the beginning, but as I kept turning towards that God source, it kept showing me every day how much it loved me. And it just kept swooning me in more and more, and putting little things on my path daily that showed me how loved I am. And I couldn't deny it. I was like, oh my God, I'm loved, and maybe I didn't get that from my family. Maybe you don't get that from your family or your people or whatever, but there is a sacred love, a sacred energy that is ready to love you. And let your guard down a little bit to that. I didn't trust humans at that time. I didn't want anything to do with humans, but I was willing to allow that energy in and let it love me, and let it teach me about trust, and let it show me about how and who I am, and it'll do the same for you, I guarantee. It just takes a daily practice of showing up and saying, hey, I'm here. I love you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for allowing me to be here. Thank you for allowing me to access you. And thank you for making me, whatever you need to say. I'm just going to do the crown and the pineal gland, because I know I've been talking a lot through this. Thank you for listening. Please go ahead and release and neutralize any lower vibrational energies, frequencies, vibrations within the mind, body, and spirit of this beautiful soul. Releasing all addictions, all chains, all entities, frequencies, vibrations. Now, Balai uyete esnikalai olai uyete esnimupuida kanamadai salai olai uyete kanamadai, planting new seeds of love, new seeds of joy, new seeds of creation where the addiction was. Galai uyete esnimupuida kanamadai salai uyete kanamadai. I love you all so very much. Thank you so much for watching, And I will see you guys soon. Bye.